Hello everybody, this is Tom from Tom and Ruth Healthy Lifestyle. Hey, how's everybody doing today? You know, how many of you guys at night go to the restroom during the nighttime? Well, what can you do about it? Maybe you get up and you have to use the restroom. They always say maybe it's an underlying health issue, or maybe you're just drinking too much before bed. They always say that if maybe you have a urinary tract infection, bladder, or prostate problems, or diabetes. That's what they always say. Maybe you're drinking water, drinking too much. They always say consult a doctor. A lot of times, if you're like me, I always will consult the doctor, of course, just like I do on this right here. But I tell you what, most of the time I will just say I will figure it out on my own. I don't like going to the doctor. I'm an all-natural kind of guy. I will go to the doctor, though. I will go to the doctor if I'm not feeling well. But today we're going to talk about maybe going to the bathroom at night and maybe going too much. Sometimes urinary tract infection can affect you, and you don't realize that maybe you have one. If you go to the bathroom quite a few times, you will know. Sometimes bladder problems can cause it. Overactive bladder syndrome. It's an inflammation in your bladder. Nerve damage can also lead to many times going to the restroom at night. I know sometimes when I was younger, my problem was I would go to bed, but it would be go to bed and I'd drink water, big old glass of water before I go to bed and wonder how to go to the bathroom. But even now they always tell you don't drink anything after 7 o'clock at night and you'll be fine. But I have to have just a little sip of something before I go to bed because I take vitamins, fish oil, things like that. Sometimes they always say enlarged prostate can cause a difficulty in holding urine, which your prostate itself can cause problems, and it causes you to go to the bathroom quite a bit if you have an enlarged prostate. And of course they always say it's amazing how, well, you have this and you have that, you have this disease and that disease, and really common sense tells you maybe you not drinking enough water during the day and you're drinking it all at night, or maybe you might have a diabetes problem, but you would know more about that, not just because you're urinating at night, right? High blood sugar levels with diabetes can lead to increased production of urine, causing people to go to the bathroom at night. Of course, too, my mother, I would talk to her about this, and she would go quite a bit, and I would ask her, I said, maybe your medications is helping you retain water, and she goes, I thought about that. And I said, let's go ask the doctor, and come to find out that's what's happening with her. That she would go to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a night. And when she was sick, I would help her up. We'd go to the bathroom. And I think a lot of times you don't realize that the medication, so the doctor just changed this protected water. She was taking this water thing. And I said, why? What, to retain or to get rid of, So I don't know. It changed it and she was fine. So sometimes your medications can cause diuretics, and beta blockers can increase urine production. So keep an eye on that if you take any of that. A lot of times fluid intakes, consuming large amounts of fluids before bedtime. And of course, like I said, 7 o'clock at night is usually my time frame that I make a decision that I really don't want to use the restroom at night. What it does, it affects your sleep. If you're really getting that good REM sleep and you're going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it actually affects that. So you kind of want to keep an eye on that, right? Sometimes age-related changes, people they have less able to store the urine. Maybe frequency of urination during the night because you're not able to store it. But you can actually train your bladder. And I used to train my bladder because I used to take long drives, and I didn't want to stop 20 times before I got 3 hours down the road. I would drink my coffee and things like that, but I would train my bladder that, hey, we're not stopping for 4 or 5 hours, so whatever you need to do unless it's absolutely necessary. And there were times where I was pushing the limit there and driving a car, and you want to stop this one place, and the place you were stopping at is no longer existent, and you can't get off the road. I found that a lot of times going to Fort Myers, there was actually no exits at one time. If you had to use the restroom, you were just in trouble, and especially if you're a female and can't go anywhere else but a particular place. And the thing of it is, that happens a lot to a lot of people. It's like anything, it's like by training your body, eating right, healthy, and things like that. So age-related changes as people age, bladder becomes less able to store it. Of course, pregnant women have the problem because they experience increased because the pressure on the bladder from the baby, and that will affect you considerably. People don't realize that. Another thing you look at is sleep apnea. Apnea is something that causes you wake up frequently during the night to go use the bathroom. Sleep apnea is where you wake up or your nose stopped up. Or I have this new thing is started with me is I'm jerking a lot. Like before I get to bed, I jerk like I'm going to sleep, and I don't know what that is, but I'm having that. So I don't know what that is, but I think that is something that I'm working through and trying to get that thing. So certain conditions can cause that. So affected bladder can be affected many different things if you have neurological conditions, things like that. So, of course, heavy caffeine, we all know that. You drink a lot of coffee like I do. You go in the bathroom quite a bit. Both of those are diuretics, alcohol and caffeine. They increase fluid protection and can lead to frequent urination, including during at night. So if you're drinking a lot of alcohol and caffeine, I do drink a lot of alcohol and caffeine, probably too much. Of course, stressful situations can lead to increased production also. So if you're under a lot of stress, you can cause yourself a lot of heartache that way. You know, if you think about it, I mean, I think a lot of people these days are a lot of stress. Even though you think that, you know, you leave or move in a particular area, say you move to another town, another place, it's going to help you along, or you're going to feel better along. But really, logistically and everything else, a lot of times stress can be caused by many different things. It can be a simple thing, or it can be a large thing. For example, you have stress. You can have stress just waiting in line somewhere because it's taking longer than you think it should. Stress is changing the environment than what you're used to in. And so if you're used to being in line for 5 minutes and it goes to 10 minutes, you're going nuts. And the same thing at lights. We all have this, we're in this fast-paced world like TikTok, for example. You scroll. You stop 2 seconds and that's too long. And you scroll. So that affects a lot. So stress can be caused by many different things. Medical conditions can cause like a lot of nighttime, your medical condition, depending on your medical condition. We all know what that is. If you're experiencing high volume of going to the bathroom, common sense tells you any kind of lifestyle changes or all things like that, maybe your fluid intake before bedtime, medications. In order to do that, you can just limit your intake and make sure you go to the restroom before you go into bed. You can actually improve your sleep hygiene by going to bed at a regular routine time. It can actually improve your quality of sleep. So if you normally go to bed at 10, go to bed at 10 every night. Not go to bed at 10 and then at 11 and then at 12 and then 9 the next day. If you do it consistently time frame, you'll actually wake up feeling better. We do not do that here. And it actually affects your health. People don't really realize that. Going to bed at a certain time. I know I put her to bed at 8:30. Sometimes she has a problem getting up in the morning. But really overall, it improves her function during the day. And if we would do that as parents, go to bed at 10 or 10:30, at 10:30 at the latest, not go to bed whenever you get up out of the chair at 10:30 and then go to bed at 11:15, it's going to cause you problems. And I've actually noticed that my health is decreased because I do not do that follow steps, because I find myself, I wake up so tired. Like right now, I'm so tired. I slept good last night, I think. I don't know. But I had a nap yesterday afternoon. But I should not be waking up tired. So that means I'm either snoring during the night, my passageway is not clear, or something like that. So I got to figure that out. I do need to do that. Of course, exercise matters. Exercise regularly, getting your body to improve, your bladder control, treat your medical conditions if you have them. If there's any underlying medical conditions, it can help. Just treat it. Some cases, medications, of course, I just said, each individual is going to be different. So whoever you are, it's going to be different for you. So proper treatment, proper care of your body. I want to thank everybody for watching. And thank you so much for always watching our videos. God bless everybody. And I'll see you again next time on Tom and Ruth healthy lifestyle.